One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. First down, Bridgewater. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This is Johnson. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get away. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey, 64 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhanded, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Quickly now a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
If there's ever such a thing as a downside to such a nice drive, it's that we didn't get a chance to talk about them earlier. But I would have said, keep an eye on this offensive line and let's see how it performs. And so far, so great, because they've already gotten their running back into the end zone.
On second down, McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Shields. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malik Jackson is very steady and awfully productive.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Bridgewater. Wide open receiver complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. From the 44, Bridgewater. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Shields. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. On first down, Shields. This is caught inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive, 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malik Jackson, his 2nd sack of the night. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Bridgewater. He finds his man Johnson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
2 yards, good enough for a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Shields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. This is McCaffrey. Breaks free again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Christian McCaffrey saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. From the 44, Bridgewater. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count?
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are back within a single score. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And we get a glance here, Charles, at his 2 touchdown runs.
And, partner, have you ever noticed that when someone scores a second time, they have a little bit of extra pep in their step? It's always, they're always fired up to score. But when you get in twice, it's almost like they're thinking, this could be the start of something really big.
Then you want number 3, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Go get it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Shields. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Shields. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw. Shields. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be...
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Halas trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. He's got his man. This is Taints. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Off play action. Shields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Shields. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Looking to throw. Shields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And Thomas has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Operating from the gun. Shields to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well. Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From the 36, Bridgewater. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Check.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Here's Bridgewater.
Sometimes I get caught.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Johnson, the intended target.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.